Okay, we're back. We're back in my studio slash garage. And if you saw the last video, which I will link up here, a lot of people wanted to know how I did it. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there were several questions I had of how did I do it? How did I edit it like that? How did I show myself twice talking to myself? If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. Like I said, please go check it out. Maybe check out some of it before you watch all of this video. I'm going to show you how I shot that video, and I'm going to show you how I edited that video. So this is a complete course on how to interview yourself. And as you remember, this was the scene. I had these two chairs set up here. I normally don't have this generator sitting there, but I just wanted to put something in the middle, kind of, you know, to divide it up and just disregard this messy garage. It's pretty bad right now, but forget about all that. That's not your concern now, is it? Okay, so anyway, the way I did it, and let me go step by step. So first off, I use two cameras. You don't have to use two cameras, but it helps sell the bit just a little bit more when you do use two cameras. This camera here is the wide shot, and let me, oops, hang on, it went to sleep. There you go. So that's the wide shot right there. As you can see, you got the two chairs in the shot. So most importantly with this camera here, you want to lock it down. You want to lock your exposure. You want to lock your focus because you don't want anything to change with this camera. Make sure this tripod or whatever you set your camera on does not move. Now you don't have to use a camera like this. You can use your phone. But just make sure that you lock down the exposure and the focus. And if you well, you're going to need to put it on a tripod. Do not move that tripod. Once you lock this shot down, keep it as is because you're going to go back and forth to that. So like I said, I got the two chairs set up over here. And as you remember last time, this was a chair where I guess you would call me the host of the show. And over here was my other version of, well, the guest of the show, I guess you could say. There you go. So yeah, two chairs set up. And then over here, I have a second camera. Now you don't have to have two cameras, but the reason I did was it just helps me to have something to cut away to because it's very hard to do properly, the way I wanted to do it anyway, with just that one camera going back and forth, and that would be impossible for me to do a long video like I did. So this camera is the camera that I used whenever I was in that chair, and when I moved over to this chair, I moved this camera over to that part over there by the bicycles, and then I would point that camera back and shoot myself. Now I do have this light here. I probably could have done it without the light, but I wanted it to look good. I think the garage light would have been fine. Would have been a little bit dark, but this helps just a little bit. Again, and another reason I did it in the garage was because I can control the light. I don't have any issues with the light because, like I said, on this shot back here, you do not want the lighting to change. You don't want the focus to change. You don't want your exposure to change. Do not, I repeat again, do not move that camera. Once you start rolling with the camera, don't move it. Another thing you might want to do to help sell the bit a little bit more is to have different clothes for each of your two characters. I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw on a different shirt for today's demonstration purposes. I think that'll help you follow along a little bit better. And I will explain everything again in this process and again in editing. So let's get this thing started. All right, so I'm set up there and I got my two shot. Here's another important thing. Do not cross this imaginary line right here. Do not let your feet go over there because I'm going to crop this video in. So I'm horrible at explaining this, but just don't cross that line because it won't be in the shot when I show this, my other version over here, my other self. This is very complicated, guys. But so do not cross this line. Think of this line right here and don't cross it. You got it? You got it? Another thing I noticed about my last video, my acting is horrible. I'm not an actor, as you saw. But anyway, that's why I have this little script here. And with my leg crossed, you couldn't see me looking at the script between questions, and that's what I was doing. And when I do the answer segment, I did the same thing over there. So once again, I'm sitting here. I'm not crossing this imaginary center line here that I'll show you about later. So I should be good to go. I see my audio is good over there. I'm in focus. I believe I'm in focus over there. Hopefully these cameras match up. That's another problem with using two cameras. Sometimes if I don't get it just right, one might be lighter than the other one. Another one might be darker. In fact, this one looks a little bit brighter right now, but I'm just going to keep it as is right now. I'll try to fix it in post, as they say. So anyway, I've got my questions here. I'm going to keep it real short. I'm the interviewer. He's going to be the guest again. Oh gosh. Anyway, so let's get this started here. Welcome back to the studio. And once again, we are joined by my Welcome back to my studio. And once again, we are joined by a very special guest, Alan. Okay, we're going to cut it right there because let me give you a few more pointers. When you throw back to yourself or when you ask yourself a question, keep staring straight ahead. Do not move. So when I say we're going to talk to, we're joined by my special guest, Alan. See what I'm doing there? I'm just nodding. Also, pick out a point to look at. I made a mistake right there. I looked down at the chair. Don't do that. Don't look down because I wouldn't be sitting there. I mean, I would be sitting there, but my head's going to be up here. So I'm looking at one of my tools and I'm going to focus on that. Okay? So like I said, after you do that, after you ask the question, stare. As awkward as that seems, just look straight ahead. Another thing, when you ask the next question, don't start right away. Start just by looking at your imaginary self over there. Just look for a while before you start your question. So obviously, I got to ask the next question that I would ask because I can't answer it now because we're going to answer it later. This video might be very long. I don't know. What's the time limit on videos? Okay, so welcome back. I'm going to say my little spiel here. I know, but today we are doing that. And I can't remember these lines. That's another thing. I know, but today we are doing this for the 600 subscribers that you now have. Congrats. Okay, let me try this. I know, but today we are doing this for the 600 subscribers that you now have. Congrats! And I didn't like my voice there. Oh, I know, but today we are doing this for the Nope. Oh, I know, but today we are Oh, I know, but today we are doing this for the now 600 subscribers you have. Congrats! I know, but today we are doing this for the now 600 subscribers that you have. Can you believe that? Congrats. Okay. Took me about 4 takes there. I'm going to edit those out so you don't see all those takes. Okay, then he's going to say something again. Okay, I got a little line here I'm going to do. Okay, calm down. It's still not 1,000 and your watch time hours still suck. Okay, how about that? I love how I just kill myself in these videos. Okay. Okay, calm down. It's still not 1,000 subscribers. Oh, and your watch time hours still suck. I like that one. That's fine, right? I think that'll work. Gets the point across. I think that's it for that character. And for demonstration purposes, that'll be enough. Okay, I'm going to change clothes and I'll be right back. Remember, this camera right here, you can turn it off, but do not jostle it. You do not want to change that shot. Okay. Be right back. Okay, so I've changed my shirt, put on a hat to try to help sell the bit. If I really wanted to sell it like last time, I put on a pair of shorts. I even changed my shoes. I hope you guys appreciate the detail I put in that one. Once again, guys, do not cross this line now. Do not cross this line here, because I'm going to cut the video so that that side is one side and this side is another side. And if my leg was over here, it would be chopped off and it just wouldn't make sense. Another thing I want to add, I'm shooting this in 4K. You don't have to do that either. Obviously, it takes up a lot of space. The reason I do it is because I can crop into this shot. The shot you're looking at now will probably be cropped in, or I will crop it in, because probably have too much headroom, but I keep it a little bit wide. That's 4K as well. So anyway, let's answer the stupid questions that he was asking, and we'll get on with this a little bit here, okay? So he said, welcome back to my studio, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. Great to be back, but you said I wouldn't be back until 2026 when I hit 1,000 subscribers. Okay, now I got to try to remember that. Okay, great to be back, but you said I wouldn't be back until 2026 when I had 1,000 subscribers. Okay, let's give it a shot. And remember, don't look down. I caught myself doing that. Don't look down at the seat of the chair. Look ahead like you're looking eye to eye. Okay, great to be back, but you said I wouldn't be back until 2026. And remember, look straight ahead, kind of maybe nod. Okay, it's great to be back, but you said I wasn't going to be back until, and I messed it up. Okay. Well, thanks. Great to be back, but you said I wouldn't be back until 2026 when I hit 1,000 subscribers. Keep looking ahead like that. I know the silence seems weird, but just do that. It helps in editing. I didn't do that last time, and I kind of burned myself just a tad. I know, but today he's going to say, I know, but today we are doing this for the 600. I have 600 subscribers now, guys, in case you didn't listen to him. 600 now. Thank you. And congrats. Okay, now I'm going to say, well, I wasn't going to bring it up, but I can't read my writing. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up. I didn't want to brag, but thanks. Okay. Again, stare. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up, and I already messed up. Okay, it's not that hard, Alan. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up. I didn't want to brag, but thanks. Let me do that one more time. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up. I didn't want to brag, but 600, that's pretty good, right? Thanks. Okay. Okay, I got one more line here. There we go. Okay, here we go again. You know, Alan. Okay. I hear a truck. Hang on. Okay, one more line. So here we go again. This is going to be the last line. Here we go again. You know, Alan, you got what you need. Here we go again. You know what, Alan, do you got what you need? Let me try that one more time. Okay, and we're going to wrap it up here with this last line. Here we go again. You know what? Hey, Alan, do you got what you need? That's a wrap, I think. Oh, I got to do one more thing. Stand by. So what I'm going to do now, keep listening to me. I'm going to take this mic off. Okay, that's a wrap, but I got one more thing I want to do. I got to sell that last line where it's going to be me off camera. So I put my wireless mic over there, and this character says, Alan, you got what you need? And so I'm going to yell, got what I need, that's a wrap, okay? Here we go. And my mic, it's going to pick up on my other mic. I don't want it to pick up on this mic because I want it to sound like I'm on the other side of my studio. Okay, here we go. I got what I need. That's a wrap. And see, that's all I need. Well, there you have it. That's a quick down and dirty look of how I shot the last video. Just me talking to myself. I kept this one really simple. You might want to have a script because you want to make sure you answer the questions that you ask yourself, if that makes any sense. And it kind of keeps everything in order. But that's that part. Now the fun part. Well, it's not always fun. Let's go edit. Okay, so we're about 15 minutes in. Thanks for staying along. This is going to be a little bit longer video than I normally do, but I wanted to show you guys how I construct my videos, especially this, the two camera, me interviewing myself a bit. So anyway, I've confiscated my son's room. He's not here. There's nothing he can do about it. Too bad. It's my house anyway, right? So I use Adobe Premiere to edit. I don't know what you guys use, but that's what I use. And most editing software is pretty much the same with some different things you can do here and there. Anyway, so I'm sure you've seen interviews where people will talk to themselves. They'll shoot one angle this way, another angle this way. I'm going to show you real quick before we get into the more advanced thing, how to jazz that up a little bit. So let's go into the program here. I've already got everything laid down on the timeline to save a ton of time of me trying to find the good takes and all that. So anyway, here we are. So let me show you what I got laid down. And this is just my bike, cut back to my bike, question, answer, or whatever. So here we go. Welcome back to my studio. And once again, we are joined by a very special guest, Alan. Well, thanks. Great to be back. But you said I wouldn't be back until 2026 when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I know, but today we are doing this. Okay, so you get the gist. So it's just me cutting to me, back and forth, nothing special whatsoever. It works. You can do it that way. But let me show you one little trick that I do sometimes. It kind of, I don't want to say helps sells it a little bit more, but it's some people call it a gel and a J and L cut. I've never called it that, but that's what some people call it. Anyway, so it's where you show video before. Well, let me just show you. Okay, so let's go back here. And we are joined by a very special guest. Okay. We're joined by I'm going to cut it right, or stop it right there. I'm going to drag this over, the second shot of me, over here. So you're going to see me before that version of me starts talking. And it makes it, welcome back to my studio. And once again, we are joined by a very special guest, Alan. Well, thanks. Great to be back. But you said I wouldn't be back until 2026 when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I know, but... Okay, so you see what I did there? It just it kind of sells it a little bit more, like you're listening to the person or you're about to talk. You can do it on the other end as well. So let me take it here. I'm gonna leave it up a little bit longer than, I'm not gonna cut right at the cut. 1,000 subscribers. I know, but... So I'm gonna take it out right at the I know. I know. Okay, let's drag this over here. And this is very simple. It just helps sell it. Let's look at it one more time. And once again, we are joined by a very special guest, Alan. Well, thanks. Great to be back. But you said I wouldn't be back until 2026 when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I know, but today we are doing... See what I did there? Very simple. It just keeps it from being cut right on the part where I'm speaking. So that's how I do that. Now let's get to the good stuff, the more in-depth stuff. Okay, so now we are at the more advanced part, and this is where I have 4 channels of video. Still just 1 channel of audio. I butted all that together. I've edited everything together. I've matched up the shots of me at each location, the wide shot, the single shot, Let me show you real quick what I've done here. So, okay, this is how we started off again. Welcome back to my studio, and once again, we are joined by a very special guest, Alan. Well, thanks. Great to be back, but you said I wouldn't be... Okay, you noticed where am I at? Where's... you don't see me here. This is where I was talking about you don't want to cross this line right here, okay? So I'm going to go to the crop tool over here on the left. I'm going to crop from the right. I'm going to crop from right to left, and you're going to see the magic happen. It's not magic. Okay, where we go. Look at that. See what I'm doing? And there I am. And see how the lighting doesn't change? The back looks great. Everything stayed the same. Stayed very consistent. So there I am. So I leave it right in the middle. There we go. Right about there. And actually, yeah, that looks okay. That looks pretty good. Sometimes the light can cause a shadow, and the shadows won't match anyway. So you get the idea now, right? So let's take a look at it. My studio, and once again we are joined by a very special guest, Alan. Well, thanks. Great to be back, but you said I wouldn't be back until 2026. Okay, so I moved this over here. Let's go right here. That's going to be off sync because I got to sync it back up. Okay, let me show you here. So again, this is the original shot. Nothing there. Okay, let me move this back over here. I think this is still lined up. I hope it is. Okay. Subscribers that you have. Can you believe that? Congrats. Well. Okay, so there we go. Once again, let me crop it again. Crop from the right side to show myself. And that is really all there is to it, guys. Or that's how I do it. Okay, there again. Magic. Boom, there I am. See how simple that is? And I edited the rest of it pretty much like you said. So I would cut it. Let's take a quick look. Once again, we are joined by a very special guest, Alan. Well, thanks. Great to be back, but you said I wouldn't be back until 2026 when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I know, but today we are doing this for the now 600 subscribers that you have. Can you believe that? Congrats. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up. I didn't want to brag. Uh-oh, saw something there. I saw a little flash there, so let me zoom into that just a tad. I don't think I came over all the way. Wasn't going to bring it up. I didn't want to. There we go. Okay. I don't know if you saw that, but I did. Congrats. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up. I didn't want to brag, but. So I hope that kind of explained how I do the cropping. Probably not. I just wanted to show you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to try to answer them for you. This may vary depending on your sort of editing software that you use, but this is how I do it on mine. So I went ahead, let me show you the very end here. Remember where I did the thing where I did the mic off camera? Let me show you how I did that right here. You know what? Hey, Alan, you got what you need? I got what I need. That's a wrap. Okay, see what I did there? I just added, and you can see it down. Look here, follow the cursor. What's going on here? Stand by. Okay, follow the cursor. Right here, that's that audio. You got what you need? I got what I need. That's a wrap. Okay, so there you have it. That's how we did it. Now let's take a look at the complete and final version. Welcome back to my studio, and once again we are joined by a very special guest, Alan. Well, thanks. Great to be back, but you said I wouldn't be back until 2026 when I hit 1,000 subscribers. I know, but today we are doing this for the now 600 subscribers that you have. Can you believe that? Congrats. Well, I wasn't going to bring it up. I didn't want to brag, but 600, that's pretty good, right? Thanks. Okay, calm down. It's still not 1,000 subscribers. Oh, and your watch time hours still suck. Here we go again. You know what? Hey, Alan, do you got what you need? I got what I need. That's a wrap. So how'd you like it? Does it make sense now? Do you understand how I did it before? I hope so, because it wasn't that easy to explain. I'm better at showing than trying to tell somebody, especially in the comments. But I think you get the gist of what I was trying to do. And, you know, quite honestly, that is a lot of work. It really is. And, you know, my first video that I did this on is doing okay, but it's not going viral, you know, so that's another topic for another time. You know, you can put in a lot of this production to your videos. Is it going to pay off? I don't know. But for me, it's just something fun to do. It just helps my skills, and I like doing it. And it's part of just showing my personality, me just having fun. And that's really why I do it, because the payoff is probably not going to be there. Whereas you got people, and this could be another topic too. I don't know. I've talked about this at some places, but have you seen Dodash? Doughddash. Dodash. This woman is just killing it. She doesn't do anything fancy at all. She just talks. That's great for her. I mean, she is just killing it. No fancy thumbnails, no fancy editing, just talking to a camera, having fun. She's got a great personality. But that's a completely another subject that I've just gotten off this topic on. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I know this was longer than the majority of stuff I do, and probably will be ever again. But if you have any questions whatsoever, and if you made it to the end, let me know that you made it to the end, because you are a true warrior. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you again next time.